Building a personal brand is a primary path to accessing new career and business opportunities in a crowded market. But the standard approach is flawed. Most creators attempt to project an image of effortless perfection, while hoping a single video randomly triggers a viral spike. Sahiba Bali offers a different perspective, based on the sheer scale of the digital population. Because the market is so saturated, every creator is statistically replaceable if they fail to provide immediate value. Escaping this replaceability requires a shift in mindset, specifically the willingness to prioritize output over personal comfort or ego. Chasing a specific cool aesthetic leads to the vanity trap. Creators become so concerned with their image that they post inconsistently, waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives. This scorecard shows metrics that distract new creators. View count, aesthetics, and the cool factor are crossed out because they don't correlate with long-term brand health. Success is instead driven by three measurable factors: upload frequency, audience data, and making a direct ask. Building an audience is a calculated volume game that requires the sacrifice of personal ego. The first major hurdle for any creator is the fear of releasing unpolished or flawed content. To overcome this, Bali advocates for the consistency protocol, where the act of hitting the upload button is prioritized over the pursuit of perfection. High-volume uploading within a single niche creates a content library. When a new visitor finds your profile, this backlog provides credibility, converting them to a follower. This matrix shows a consistency-first strategy. The input: extreme high-volume uploading. The outcome: this volume triggers the platform's algorithm and builds your public record. The trade-off: accepting subpar early work. Your first uploads will be messy. The algorithm rewards the creator who accepts looking messy early on, while the perfectionist who posts once a month remains invisible. There is a social pressure to appear nonchalant, as if you aren't trying too hard. However, attempting to look cool often prevents you from taking the actions necessary to grow. Bali utilized aggressive self-advocacy to build her career, such as relentlessly following up for interviews and pitching herself directly to international networks for sports broadcasting roles. This level of persistence is rarely viewed negatively by executives. They seek people who pierce the noise. Consistent follow-ups demonstrate professional hunger. Row 2 shows the impact of prioritizing outreach. Input: relentless self-advocacy and pitching. Outcome: piercing the noise to secure rare opportunities. Trade-off: forfeiting coolness and inviting public judgment. Industry leverage is secured by those willing to embarrass themselves for their professional goals. Strategically, the term viral is meaningless because it lacks a quantifiable baseline. A spike in views does not guarantee a successful business outcome. Effective campaigns require rigid goals, like email signups or sales, established before content is produced. Relying on hard consumer data is superior to making assumptions about what an audience might want. The final row shifts from broad reach to specific data. Input: defining strict conversion goals and mining raw platform data. Outcome: a system driving customer retention and tangible conversions. Trade-off: losing the dopamine hit of massive mainstream view counts. A targeted video with 2,000 views that results in customer conversions is more valuable than a random viral spike of 6 million views. Personal branding is not a stroke of genius. It is a data-driven endurance test. This quadrant chart plots the relationship between ego preservation and career growth to show where different creators land. In the bottom right, the perfectionist creator prioritizes ego preservation. They rarely post because they are too afraid of a negative reception. Because they lack volume, they never gather the data necessary to improve, leading to a brand that never gains traction. The top left is occupied by the shameless creator, who sacrifices social comfort for high volume and direct advocacy. This quadrant provides the most leverage for ambitious beginners or professionals with the bandwidth to maintain a high output. However, operating in this high output zone carries a high risk of mental and physical burnout. Working smart requires recognizing when your body is reaching a saturation point. Stepping back tactically to recover is necessary to avoid a permanent collapse of your output. Individuals who are unwilling to face online friction, or who permanently lack the mental capacity for relentless daily tasks, should avoid this high-volume playbook. The algorithmic internet rewards volume, data, and persistence. Stop trying to capture lightning. Trade your ego for consistency and just hit upload.